Hello, this is Remington.
And this is Ridge.
And we're going to be critiquing today the Spider-Man movies. All three of them, the messages, the technical, and the story. We have three different categories, as you probably already know. We have technical, story, and message, as I already said. So first of all, as far as the three Spider-Man movies, what was your feeling about the overall technical aspect of it?
I think the technical aspect was it was fantastic. I remember watching them and being like, wow, this is exactly what every kid imagines, flying through New York with Spider-Man. And I think they did a very good job, even though you could tell they were computer graphics in a lot of the scenes. It was still very well done. And enough to giving the overall of the vision that Sam Raimi wanted for him. I think he did a good job. It was very comic book-like. And so I think technically he did a very good job. I would give it definitely a 9 on the technical.
Okay. Well, yeah, when you can consider even the music and sound design, that was really well presented. I think the sound effect specifically that drew my attention was his prerogative awareness of danger, however they say that in the movie. They had this certain ringing sound that would represent that he knew something dangerous was happening. The sound design and the computer graphics when the car is thrown through the window, and the second one was phenomenally well done. I think I'm going to have to actually only go with an 8. I mean, not mainly because I'm a sound guy and I love... Yeah. No, mainly because I think that the sound design is what brought it home. The visual effects was what you saw. There wasn't anything that, in my opinion, that outstood that. So... that's just my opinion.
Free country.
As far as the story goes, I thought the treatment of that... Now, I'm not here to critique the comic books, and we're not here to critique what they were like in the comic books. Were the comic books better? We're just here to say, was the story in the movie good? I thought the treatment of the story was really well done. I thought the drama and the romance in it was pretty good. I thought it lacked a little bit. It seemed a lot of back and forth between Mary and Jane. Kind of real teenager-y.
Between Mary Jane and Spider-Man. You said between Mary and Jane.
Yeah, no. It definitely wasn't that type of movie. No, between Mary Jane and Spider-Man, or Peter Parker.
Yeah, I think by the time the third one, it got really boring.
Right.
And
but it still didn't seem drawn out.
No, it wasn't too bad. I've seen worse. I have.
As far as romance and drama, and then a good balance of comedy.
But I think overall it was okay. I mean, certainly safe enough,
Then we have the good balance of comedy. I thought the good comedy in there was really well.
Comedy.
Yeah, it was good comedy. Good
really
relief.
Enjoyed it.
It wasn't a comedy, but it had the right type of comedy relief. I'm going to put that at a 7.
I think noting, since we're doing all three of them individually, I might have a different say about it, but all three of them, I would really have to go with a 6 on the story, just the overall, because the second one was pretty soggy. It was just like, okay, where's this going? It was good. I mean, we liked Doc Ock. He was really good. I really liked the way they presented him, but it just wasn't really going anywhere. And it was definitely let's get through this so we can get to the third one, which was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Definitely good.
I'm going to have to go with, with the romance. It was pretty drawn out.
That's fine.
And
that's fine. Choose whatever.
Soggy. I'm going to go with 6.
Then we have the next category of message. I thought the message in the first one, with pretty much very obviously summarized in each one. The first one, with great power comes great responsibility. The second one, the good line that he even says to the villain, is sometimes we have to lay aside what we want to do what's right. And great message. And the third one, obviously, every hero has a choice. It's even said at like one of the last lines of the movie. And I thought the first one had a great presentation of he discovered he had this power and he had to do it right. And it was one of his things that he had with his Uncle Ben, that he had told him that.
Right. I have to agree with you there. I thought throughout all three they had good messages, good morals to teach your kid. I mean, this isn't like Christian or anything like that, just good overall morals to live your life by.
The hero who's truly the hero.
Nobody that does end justifies the means, none of that, dealing with bitterness, with dealing with power that you receive, that you asked for.
I absolutely loved that.
They did a very good job.
At the end, that bitterness, this thing from this other planet, the third one, could only attack those who were bitter. Right. Once he got it off of him, it attacked that next guy who was angry with Peter Parker.
Very well done.
Great analogy. And at the very end, when the main character, when the main villain, when he discovers that it was him that actually shot, his Uncle Ben. Peter Parker even told him, even though we thought, oh, well, he had the justification for that because he had to save his daughter who had cancer. He still had to tell him because it was the right thing to do. He still told him every hero has a choice. Yeah. I thought the conclusion of it, I'm easily going to go a 9 on that.
I'm going to go for a 10. I think just an overall in presenting what the messages were, in presenting this as a movie to kids, to even adults. I thought he did a very good job. I think a 10 for the message. It was a good message. It was well done, and the conclusion was very good. Okay. I think I'm going to go for a 10.
We're just about out of time here, so we're just going to wrap this up and put our overall score.
Ooh, but we don't know our overall score. I thought we were going to do the trailer for the Amazing Spider-Man. 8.3. I like Spider-Man more than he does.
And I have just 8 even. So I would put that at a pretty worth your time. Probably not regret it, unless you are not a comic book movie person. If you're not, don't watch it once.
Watch it once.
Watch it once, unless you don't like comic books.
Watch it. It is
unless
a
you
good
don't like comic
video
books.
To who doesn't like comic books. There are those few. If you don't like comic books, they're not even going to watch the review on Spider-Man.
I like Peanuts.
That was random.
All right, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching.